Okay, so our very last form of poetry that we're going to look at for the week is free verse. And free verse is exactly what it sounds like. It can be about anything, it can or can't rhyme, and there's no set meter, which means that generally it's not going to follow any kind of like a rhythmic pattern. It can be, 5 syllables in the first line and seven in the second and eight in the third and then two in the fourth. It really doesn't follow any kind of a pattern with that. So I'm going to read a couple of my favorite free verse poems. Also, there are books on our online checkout that would be awesome to kind of show you what free verse looks like. So, Love That Dog by Sharon Creech is an awesome free verse poetry book, and it's actually put in the form of a story. Um, Also, the book that we just read for book club in some grades was talking about what it was like to be a refugee from Vietnam coming into the United States. And so it's all experiences of this refugee and what it's like to try to assimilate and try to acclimate here in the United States when she really just missed Vietnam. And so that's Inside Out and Back Again. But again, there are like very good selections in our library and in our classroom library. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about free verse, you absolutely can check those out or email me and ask me for some suggestions. So the first poem I'm going to read to you is Derek Walcott. Break a vase, and the love that reassembles the fragments is stronger than that love which took its symmetry for granted when it was whole. As you can see, it's 3 lines. It doesn't follow any kind of pattern, but it's talking about brokenness and healing and feeling love before brokenness and feeling it after brokenness. And I like to read that one as a Christian um, to kind of think about God's love for us and sometimes how we take it for granted. Um, all right, the next one is Gwendolyn Brooks. Whose broken window is a cry of art? Success that winks aware, as elegance, as a treasonable faith, is raw, is sonic, is old eyed premiere. And that's Gwendolyn Brooks. Again, it's a very short poem, but as you can hear me reading it, you can probably see it really doesn't follow any kind of a pattern. It can rhyme if you want it to, but generally, free verse is not going to rhyme. It's just going to be a lot of our thoughts and feelings. That are going to just have a deepness of their own. You can actually say that there's some free verse within the Bible in different chapters and books of the Bible where you can see it as poetry. I'm reading through the Psalms right now. I read a psalm every night, and the Psalms again have lamentations in it. It has um, places where the psalmist is lamenting or is being joyful, and there's a lot of feeling in it and a lot of prayer through it. But again, this is free verse. Think of your favorite rap. Think of your favorite songs, hymns. They all can follow free verse. Now, hymns are awesome because they really teach us musicality because of the rhythm and the pattern that's within it and the rhyming as well. Um, so that's an example of free verse. But if you want to write your own song lyrics, if you want to write your own rap, like those are awesome ideas for what you can do with free verse. Remember, with a rap, a lot of times it's going to have a hook. It's going to have something that keeps being said. Maybe the phrase is, that's me, that's me, that's me, something like that. But then intertwined with that, you're going to have a lot of other words about what your rap is actually about. The word rap actually comes from the word rapport, and people used to rap together to have rapport with one another, to feel connected to each other, to kind of share their experiences with one another. And so that's a really cool way to use free verse if you want to. All right. Now, for this very last one in your packet, you're going to draft a free verse. It can be long, it can be short. I know we're just kind of getting used to this, and sometimes no rules at all. It makes it a little bit harder to craft. For me, I love no rules, but I know there are a lot of you who like a formula when you write, so this one might be just like a little bit trickier for you. If it is, by all means, you can write just a couple lines and send it to me if you need some feedback or anything like that. All right. I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.